McDonald's does not just sell burgers, it collects rent. And once you understand that, the golden arches stop looking like a fast food chain and start looking like one of the smartest real estate machines in the world. Because when most people look at McDonald's, they see fries, they see drive-thrus, they see Big Macs, Happy Meals, and late-night orders that felt like a good idea at the time. But behind the counter, behind the menu board, and under the building itself, there is a much smarter business model hiding in plain sight. McDonald's is famous for food, but a huge part of its money comes from something much less exciting: land, buildings, leases, rent. That is the twist. McDonald's is not only asking, how many burgers can we sell? It is also asking, who controls the best corner? Who owns the building? Who gets paid every month, even when someone else is running the restaurant? That is where the McDonald's business gets interesting. At first, it looks simple. A customer walks in, they buy a burger, the restaurant earns money. End of story. But McDonald's is not built like a normal restaurant company. A normal restaurant company has to operate the stores, hire workers, manage daily chaos, buy ingredients, deal with customers, and hope each location makes money. McDonald's does some of that. But the real engine is franchising. At the end of 2024, McDonald's had more than 43,000 restaurants around the world, and about 95% of them were franchised. That means most McDonald's restaurants are not operated directly by McDonald's corporate. They are run by franchisees, independent operators, local business owners, people who invest their own money, hire their own teams, manage the restaurant, and deal with the daily pressure of making the store work. But they do it under the McDonald's brand. They use the McDonald's system. They follow McDonald's standards. They sell McDonald's products, and in return, they pay McDonald's. Most people stop there and say, okay, McDonald's makes money from franchise fees. And yes, that is true, but it is not the full story. Because in many traditional franchise arrangements, McDonald's is not just licensing the brand. McDonald's often owns the land, or it controls the property through a long-term lease. Then the franchisee pays for things like equipment, signs, seating, and restaurant improvements. The franchisee runs the restaurant, but McDonald's controls the location, and that changes everything. Think about a McDonald's sitting on a great corner. Heavy traffic, easy parking, a drive-through lane, families nearby, workers nearby, cars passing all day. That location has value before a single burger is cooked. Now imagine McDonald's controls that location. The franchisee gets the brand, the system, and the site. The customer sees a fast food restaurant, but McDonald's sees a cash flow machine sitting on valuable real estate. That is the hidden layer. A bad location can destroy a restaurant. A great location can turn a simple restaurant into a money printer. And McDonald's has spent decades learning how to find, control, and monetize those locations. This is why the model is so powerful. McDonald's can earn in multiple ways. First, it earns royalties. When a franchisee sells food, McDonald's receives a percentage of sales. Second, it earns rent. The franchisee pays McDonald's to use the location, and in some agreements, there are minimum rent payments. That means McDonald's can have a more stable income stream than a restaurant company that only depends on selling more fries every day. In 2024, McDonald's reported more than $15 billion in revenue from franchised restaurants. More than $10 billion of that came from rent. More than $5 billion came from royalties. That is the part most people miss. The burger gets the attention. The rent helps build the machine. Now, this does not mean the food is unimportant. The food matters a lot. The burgers bring customers. The fries bring repeat visits. The drive-thru brings convenience. The brand brings trust. The menu brings traffic. But the genius is what McDonald's does with that traffic. McDonald's uses food to make locations more valuable. A McDonald's restaurant is not just a place where food is sold. It is a branded traffic engine sitting on real estate. And when thousands of those traffic engines exist around the world, the system becomes enormous. This also explains why franchisees accept the deal. From the outside, you might ask, why would someone pay rent, royalties, fees, and still do the hard work of running the restaurant? Because they are not just buying a burger recipe, they are buying access to a machine, a brand people already know, a supply chain that already exists, training, marketing, technology, operating standards, a menu tested for decades, and a format designed to generate traffic. Starting a random burger restaurant is hard. You have to convince people you exist. You have to build trust from zero. You have to create the menu, find suppliers, train staff, choose the location, build the brand, and hope customers show up. A McDonald's franchise starts with something most small restaurants do not have: recognition. People already know the sign. They already understand the menu. They already know what kind of experience to expect. That does not make running the restaurant easy, but it changes the odds. The franchisee takes on much of the operating work. McDonald's corporate collects from the system. That is why franchising can be so powerful. McDonald's does not need to directly manage every employee in every restaurant around the world. It can scale through operators who have their own money, their own motivation, and their own responsibility. The franchisee wants the store to succeed because they operate the business. McDonald's wants the store to succeed because higher sales can mean higher royalties, stronger rent flows, and a stronger brand. When the model works, both sides are tied to the success of the restaurant. But McDonald's still keeps control of the most important pieces: the brand, the standards, the system, and in many cases, the real estate. That control is the hidden superpower. Because sometimes the most valuable part of a restaurant is not the burger. It is the corner, the drive-thru, the highway exit, the morning commute, the shopping center, the piece of land where hungry people already pass every day. McDonald's did not become powerful only because it made fast food. It became powerful because it turned fast food into a repeatable system, a system that could be copied, measured, improved, and placed in valuable locations again and again. That is very different from simply opening restaurants. A restaurant is one unit. A system is a machine. And McDonald's built the machine. Think about the drive-thru. To a customer, it is just convenience. You stay in your car. You order, you pay, you leave. But to McDonald's, the drive-thru can make one location much more productive. More customers can be served without everyone sitting inside. A small piece of real estate can push more orders through the system. Convenience increases traffic. Traffic increases sales. Sales support royalties, and the location becomes more valuable. The same thing happens with the brand. The golden arches are not just decoration. They reduce uncertainty. When you are traveling, tired, hungry, or in a hurry, McDonald's feels familiar. You may not think it is the best meal in the world, but you know what it is. And in business, predictability is valuable. A random building on a corner is just a building, but a McDonald's on that corner can become a predictable traffic magnet. That is why McDonald's looks simple from the outside and sophisticated underneath. On the surface, it sells affordable food quickly. Under the surface, it combines several businesses at once. It is a restaurant brand. It is a franchise system. It is a marketing machine. It is a supply chain machine. It is a location strategy machine. And in a very important way, it behaves like a real estate company. Not because McDonald's is only a real estate business. It is not. The food still matters. The brand still matters. The stores still have to operate well. The franchisees still have to make money. If customers stop coming, the whole model becomes weaker. But the real estate idea reveals something important. McDonald's does not only make money when you buy a burger, it makes money from the structure around the burger. The location, the franchise agreement, the rent, the royalty, the operating system, the customer habit. That is the real business lesson. The strongest companies often do not just sell the visible product, they control the invisible layer behind it. Amazon does not just sell products. It controls convenience. Apple does not just sell phones. It controls an ecosystem. Visa does not just move payments. It controls a network. And McDonald's does not just sell burgers. It controls traffic, locations, and franchise economics. That is why the next time you see a McDonald's, do not just look at the fries. Look at the land. Look at the corner. Look at the cars in the drive-thru. Look at the sign everyone recognizes. Look at the operator running the store. Look at the rent and royalties flowing upward. Because the real genius of McDonald's is not just that it made people buy burgers, it is that it built a machine where burgers create traffic. Traffic makes locations valuable, and valuable locations create cash flow. That is why McDonald's makes money like a real estate company, and that is why the Golden Arches are not just a restaurant sign. They are a business system hiding in plain sight.